he was once asked by the Caliph Al-Mansur, where did you get your knowledge? He's trying to get him to make a political statement. Again, it's a kind of leading question. قال عن أصحاب عمر عن عمر وعن أصحاب علي عن علي وعن أصحاب عبد الله عن عبد الله وما كان في وقت ابن عباس على وجه الأرض أعلم منه. So he said, I got my knowledge from the companions of Omar, who got it from Omar, from the companions of Ali, who got it from Ali, from the companions of Abdullah bin Mas'ud, who got it from him. And in the time of Ibn Abbas, there was nobody on the face of the earth more knowledgeable than him. So compare this to what we've learnt about Imam Malik's rootedness in the Sunni practice of the faithful people of Medina, and in Imam Shafi'i's travels and his acceptance of Malik's fiqh, and then his understanding of the Hanafi position on Ra'i and reason, and his ending up finally in Egypt. Abu Hanifa is also, although he's earlier than Imam Shafi'i, he's the teacher of Imam Shafi'i, taking from these different sources. Taking from Omar, that means Medina. He's taking from Ali, basically that means Kufa and southern Iraq. He's taking from Abdullah bin Mas'ud, also from Iraq, also Ibn Abbas and the tradition of Mecca. So all of the great early tendencies of fiqh, Abu Hanifa has studied. And because it's from such an early period, he studied with the pupils of the Sahaba who founded those schools of fiqh. But Ibn Mas'ud and Ibn Abbas in particular were well known as advocates of intuitive or rationalizing approaches to law. And this is very important, particularly in the development of fiqh and sharia as it happens in southern Iraq. His own teacher Hamad had emphasized the need to trust reason. Ibrahim al-Nakha'i, one of the great tabi'een of southern Iraq, in a sense, in his fatwas and his fiqh, the closest of all of the early scholars to Abu Hanifa, somebody like Shah Waliullah Dahlavi and other late Hanafis are saying, really it's the same thing. Abu Hanifa's fatwas are the fatwas of Ibrahim al-Nakha'i. Spends time in Mecca as well and takes from Ata, who is the great disciple of Ibn Abbas, and so on. But what's more interesting, as well as these sources, he's taking from the partisans, the political party of Ali. So he studies with Zayd ibn Ali Zayn al-Abidin, one of the great imams of the Ahlul Bayt, and studies with him for 2 years, and also with his brother Muhammad al-Baqir. And important to understand this, because to us it might seem strange. Why is he going to the Shia to study? In that period, those words didn't mean what they meant later on. Those imams were respected by all of the Sunnis and were part of the family of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. The later ideas of infallible imams and knowledge of hidden things were not present. The idea that miracles could only come through the Ahlul Bayt, that true rulership could only come through the Ahlul Bayt of a particular line, that did not exist for these people. If it had, Abu Hanifa, staunch for truth, would not have associated with those people. But he did, and he studied with them. Those people were part of the scholarly establishment of the time. And Imam al-Baqir was known for, although he supported the claims of the Ahlul Bayt, لا يذكر الخلفاء الثلاثة بسوء. Never would he mention any of the 3 first caliphs in a negative way. Once an Iraqi fanatic came and criticized them in his presence, and he became angry, and he cited all of the verses of the Quran, one after the other, that are in praise of the first 3 Khalifas. So Imam al-Baqir teaches him. He also teaches al-Baqir, who narrates certain fatwas from Abu Hanifa. Al-Baqir's son, Ja'far al-Sadiq, who is almost exactly Abu Hanifa's age. In fact, they're born within months of each other. They're born in the same year. And they seem to have had kind of close friendship and affiliation. They also have this close scholarly relationship, and all of the Sunni Imams revere Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq, who transmits hadith, is a reliable hadith transmitter. And this as it were, cosmopolitan approach of Abu Hanifa. He's interested in knowledge, fiqh, fatwa, what's usable, hadith, and he visits people of different political persuasions. He doesn't accept a salaried position from any government, or Umayyad or Abbasid, so he's free to wander and to visit any majlis he chooses. Al-Mansur once famously sends Abu Hanifa to Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq, who he really doesn't like, even though Imam Ja'far is not involved in any kind of revolutionary insurrection or insurgency. He's living in peace. The Caliph wants to catch him out and to prove that he's inadequate as a scholar. So he asks Abu Hanifa, find the 40 hardest questions in the whole Sharia and go to Ja'far as-Sadiq and ask them. And he answers them all, one after the other, explaining which jurists he's taken them from. Some he's learnt from the scholars of Medina, others are Syrian positions, others are from the people of Iraq. And Imam Abu Hanifa, after that, says an interesting thing. He says the most learned scholar is the one who is best informed of the differences of opinion amongst the scholars. That's why he venerates Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq, because of his respect for the different fatwas of the different scholars. Ja'far as-Sadiq is narrating from people like Nafi' and Zuhri and some of the great tabi'een. Sometimes Abu Hanifa gets his knowledge of the position of the tabi'een through Ja'far as-Sadiq. Imam Malik also narrates from Ja'far as-Sadiq. He's just part of the intellectual world of the time.